Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first live session of 2026. Actually, is the first official live session of this season. We had an extra of the record live session on January about Valentine's Day, which is a classic already. But this is the official launch of the new season. So we have a great live session. We have special guests. We have a lot of ideas and new features to share with you. So before we get started, and we're going to let some people in on the room as well. We'll start getting a lot of attendance here. We're going to play a video and some music and be back in a few minutes.
Step into the future, get ready to ignite. Customly's the engine, taking you to new heights. Personalization power, the best you've ever seen. We're rocking the e-commerce scene, living the dream. No limits, no borders, creativity unleashed. From names to crosswords, your products find their niche. Customily's the best, we're leading the race. No app can match us, we're setting the pace. Features so many, we're ahead of the game. With support that's legendary, remember the name. Previews, we've got your back. Dynamic designs, there's nothing we lack. From tees to mugs, from frames to tees, Customily's the partner your store really needs. Innovation's our motto, your growth is our goal. With tools so advanced, we're in total control. Customily's the best, we're leading the race. No app can match us, we're setting the pace. Features so many, we're ahead of the game. With support that's legendary, remember the name. So if you're chasing sales and aiming for the sky, join the Customily family, it's time to amplify. We'll take you higher, set your brand apart. With endless options, we're the e-commerce heart. Customily's the best, we're leading the race. No app can match us, we're setting the pace. Features so many, we're ahead of the game. With support that's legendary, remember the name. Customily, the top of the charts. Transforming every product, winning customers' hearts. With rock vibes and passion, we'll always be true. Customily's the app made just for you.
Okay, welcome everyone who just joined this event. Welcome again to the first live session of 2026, the first of this new season. We are really excited, really thrilled about what's going to happen all through the year. We already have like a dozen live sessions planned ahead for you, full of features, products, and ideas and special guests. But we're going to get started nice and easy today, and we're going to talk about what's coming next, which is a great moment for sales. Is Mother's Day. So we're going to talk about selling personalized gifts that actually convert. And for that, we're not going to be alone today. We are a full team today. I'm going to be your host. We have Josefina Tote as my co-host today, and always flash fingers fast, Cecilia on the chat, answering questions, sharing links, and getting everything ready for the Q&A part. Now, we also have a special guest that we're going to be introducing shortly. First of all, let me tell you about today's agenda. We're going to talk about why Mother's Day is such a personalization goldmine. Right? We're going to also see what's selling for Mother's Day with our special guest, CustomCat. We're going to talk about how to make custom cut products irresistible, and of course, there's always a live tutorial. We're going to create a product using Customily and custom cut products. There's always a room for tips for launching strategy. You already started your year, but the hard part and the strong part for sales will start now, starting and kicking off right now. So having these tips for launching will be a great must have. There's always room for Q&A, but we are going to launch a challenge and offer you some promotions at the end. So stick around, stay all the way to the end so you can get the links and get all the information for these promotions and the challenges that I'm sure you're going to be participating. We're going to invite on stage to Josefina. See if she can bring it in. Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today for the first live session of this year, this new season.
Season 4, I believe, if I'm
Wow.
not mistaken. Yeah. Well, thank you for joining us, and we're going to be giving you some insights of what's so important about the date we are talking about today, Mother's Day. So, Mother's Day is definitely a personalization gold mine. It's probably one of the highest spending gift giving holidays of the year. I mean, it goes beyond Father's Day, Friends Day, Valentine's Day, wedding season, graduation season. I think it's rivaling holidays at that point. I mean, Mother's Day is really high on sales, on gift giving and spending, right? But there's something very particular about Mother's Day. It's all about emotional commerce and definitely going at scale. So it's very important to think that these are emotion driven purchases. There's I mean, mothers are beyond discussion. I'm going to be telling you what a mother of any kind actually means. We're talking about birth mothers, rights mothers, grandmas who are mothers,
Future mothers, everything.
yeah, pet moms, neighbors that behave like my moms. There's a lot of ways to be a mother. So this is the point in which we are giving you the chance to open up the market and target any kind of matters that you think are worthy of recognition every single day. But well, we have a commercial special day we want to to celebrate. Also, keep in mind that we are starting pretty early. We are at March, and we are going to be targeting for May because there's a deadline-based buying behavior. We're going to start now, preparing, testing, and going there. But at some point, there's a deadline. There's a point in which you cannot deliver anymore, and people definitely want to buy. So keep that in mind that customers will behave with a deadline-based kind of buying. And of course, there's a premium pricing tolerance. So keep that in mind that prices can vary, and there's maybe a chance in which you can actually raise your prices, considering that people will be willing to spend more, of course, on Mother's Day.
Yeah.
If you add emotion plus urgency, well, that's where you get the higher conversion, right?
Yeah, totally. Also, it's important to say that only in the United States, spending has surprised $35 billion in these recent years, only for Mother's Day. That's kind of crazy. And what it's interesting about this is that it's not just the size of the market, for example, but how people spend it. What does that mean is that the average consumer spending is typically around $250 per person, which means people are actively looking for more meaningful gifts and not just cheap. Maybe we can say it is. For example, in this case, that's why jewelry it's all the time constantly ranking among the top gift categories for this season. Another important behavior is to understand when people buy for Mother's Day gifts. More than 30%, for example, of the shoppers wait until the last 2 weeks. Urgency spikes drives a lot of more conversions, so it's a good thing to have that in mind, especially as Jose told already that we are starting early and we have a lot of time to prepare for this special date.
Yeah, we're starting early on the merchant perspective.
Mhm.
Promotions will probably start a month before the actual date. So that's why it takes up that urgency. So you're going to start promotions 4 weeks early, but probably people will get a real understanding of what's coming 2 weeks early. But we actually need to start even a month earlier before actually starting promoting these products. That's for sure. And why would we want to consider personalization gifts on this date? Well, definitely personalized gifts dominate. I mean, this is not just a gift for someone, it's a gift for your mother. It has to be personalized. It's personal by default, definitely, but it's not just giving out per se. I mean, it has to be an emotional connection, and personalizing definitely will make a difference. So we definitely you should prioritize meaning over material, right? So generic products definitely will compete on price, but personalized products will compete on the meaning. So there's a higher perceived value of any product that you're going to be offering with the personalization. It's just not just a necklace or any piece of jewelry. It's that piece of jewelry with the name of the mother, with an engraving, with the names of the sons and the grandsons, and a quote, a message, anything you can think of. That's the added value. There's, of course, a stronger emotional impact on that as you realize there's a nice product and there's a nice gift, but there's also a personalized message or content inside it. And definitely, these products that you're going to be developing and personalizing are gift ready positioned, meaning that these probably are mostly going to be including wrapping, delivering, or timing delivery, depending on what you're planning to do. But there's a concept of whatever you're purchasing has a gift concept as it is. There's of course less sensitivity on the price, right? So definitely when you are about to make something personalized and exclusively for your mother, if it costs a bit more, you will you will perceive that it's correct to value that a bit more expensive.
Yes. So, the top performing categories for personalization for Mother's Day, for example, there are, as I already told you, jewelry, it's always on the top, remaining there, doesn't matter the time. Also, mugs, blankets, and apparel. These products, what they have in common is that they are like, can be simple base products, but when you add the personalization, they become emotional, valuable gifts. The product itself, blank product, sorry, can be simple, but the meaning it's what makes it valuable. When you add the personalizations, when they can put uh, "Mom, I love you," hashtag number one mom, whatever you can think into the product, it's what makes it very valuable for the shoppers.
Indeed, and personalization may not be just the name or the flower or the face. Every single connection with a mother implies a particular saying or messages or
Yeah,
nickname, anything you can think of. Yeah.
totally. One of the biggest reasons, for example, now talking more about why personalization can make changes for your store and stuff like that, it's that the adding personalization is gets a really big impact on the revenue, for example. Stores offering personalization products typically see a 20 to 40% higher average order per value. Why is this? It's because customers are not just buying a product. They're buying something personal. They buying, for example, something that can go through times and have a lot of memories and special things and stuff like that. That's why the customers are willing maybe to pay premium for a meaningful gift. Sorry. So, for example, when someone is planning a gift for their mom, it's that can make really the difference to make it like more perfect and unique. For example. Um, this also personalizations, it's also opens doors to a very natural upsells, for example, adding another name, adding a photo, upgrading the packages to get the product delivered in a really beautiful like wrapping paper or stuff like that, or protection instead. That's really what uh, matters right now, that can help you with the higher revenue per order.
Yes, definitely. And when it comes to adding more products or to actually before checking out, there's actually a higher conversion rate that we have always mentioned that comes together when you are including customized personalization to any product. The fact that you can actually see the product before you buy it, right? And this is something that you can actually have for any platform, store-based platforms like Shopify, WooCommerce, Shoplaza, BigCommerce, those store-based platforms. You get the preview and the personalization, a live changing and live previewing for you before you purchase, which gives you certainty. Yeah, it removes all uncertainty from that. And when it comes to marketplaces, there's always a chance for you to share a testing link, to share a quick video. That there's always the moment in which you customize and you see the product personalized, right? And there's full control of what you're making. So definitely that will increase the conversion rate based on the fact that you are uh, more certain of what you're personalizing and how the end product will look. That's for sure. That also will, as you are customizing, and like we said, you are inputting the nickname that you always use, that special code that you have and everything. Um, Seeing that on the finished product gets that emotional connection that will increase that drive to check out. And also if you create sales groups and add-ons that will carry that same personalization on different products, that's even more engaging at the checkout point.
Yeah, totally. And another thing, another advantage that many merchants overlook, it's how to have the lower return rates. When shoppers can see the product preview before clicking buy and everything, adding a product preview makes them know exactly where they, because there there are no surprises for them. They confirm the design, how visually would look in the product, and also they build a big trust, we can say it, because they see what they're actually going to get delivered. um, Personalized items are intentionally purchased because they get that unique factor, like I made this is my mom is the only one that are gonna have this with this nickname or this quote that I just put, or with a picture of the family and stuff like that. Less buyers removes compared to generic products. It's important to know that personalizations transform the products for a commodity into a meaningful gift, as we like to say.
Mhm. Yes, I mean, there's always a connection there. And on the merchant side, it's very important to to try to make things look as real as accurate as possible to ensure that customers will always, you can tell by reviews on the same product, is, oh, it's exactly, I got exactly what I saw on the preview before I purchased. And those kind of things, of course, when you are managing your own products and your own production, you're in full control using customity tools and the interface to create that accurate product. But when you're trusting print-on-demand providers and partners, you can trust that we have all the full data inside Customily. And among the partners we have, we definitely want to introduce you to the actually highest production file producer right now for Customily. So the largest number of orders for POD companies that are being processed every single day or per month in Customily are from CustomCat. So this is a really great opportunity to learn about this amazing partner we have that actually is the one concentrating the largest number of POD orders we process per month. And to talk about CustomCat, we're going to bring on stage Dennis. Dennis is the creative manager at CustomCat, where he's been helping shape the brand and the customer experience for the past 2 years. A bit about him. Before joining CustomCat, he worked as a graphic designer for a Detroit-based apparel company. And he also managed the Shopify store. So there's a lot of background on the e-commerce area there. And earlier in his career, he worked hands-on as a screen printer in a print shop. Actually, we shared that initial stages with Dennis. That's amazing. And that gave him direct experience with production as well as e-commerce. So over the years, Dennis has worked across multiple areas of the industry, including design, print production, and online selling. And he also managed Etsy, Amazon, and WooCommerce shops, giving him a well-rounded perspective on what it takes to build and grow a successful custom products business online and offline. So without any delays, I'm going to bring him on stage. Let's bring him in. Hello, Dennis.
Hey, Jose. Thanks for the great introduction, and thanks for having me, and thanks for everyone joining today. Super excited to talk about custom products with Customily and CustomCat. Seems like a pretty good fit. I wanted to show you guys, this here is our facility. This is our CustomCat headquarters, located in Detroit, Michigan. It's pretty cool. We're actually in a neighborhood called Corktown, which is actually the oldest neighborhood in the city. We lie on an international border. You can actually see Canada across the water right there in that picture. I wanted to tell you a little bit more about our facility. We've been in print on demand for over 20 years. CustomCat was founded in 2015. And we have 250,000 square foot facility spanning one city block in Detroit with over 500 employees, powering over 25,000 merchants, e-com stores, and platforms. And we have the capacity to fulfill over 50,000 orders daily.
And this country has mylocker.net. That's correct, right? I'm pretty sure people in the business probably remembers that.
Yeah, yep. Big player. Yep. And we had to upgrade and evolve over the years, and here's where we're at right now. It's a pretty good spot to be. I brought a little video to show just a little bit of our automation and our advanced cutting edge facility that lets us stay on top of efficiency and our production speeds that we're known for. So without further ado, I will play the video.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, super exciting. I love watching that. I love, walking
Yeah,
through the facility and
it was
seeing all
amazing
the
to
new
see
stuff.
the impressive machines that you have. That
Yeah,
shocked me. The level of technology. It's impressive, definitely.
it is. Yeah, it's really fun to see everything just changing and growing over the years.
Keeps you updated, right? I mean, on the technology
It
area.
does. Yeah,
Yeah.
you have to be. With everything advancing so far with AI and automation, you just got to stay on top of that. So, yeah, more about the facility. We do direct fulfillment, no third parties. So that's just direct to the consumer. It's great for our production speed and our times. We have proprietary production software and print technology called Digisoft. Super versatile, vibrant prints on our apparel. Like you saw in the video, there's cutting edge robotics and machinery, massive on-site inventory, and we have over 10,000 products used and over 200 plus products. So, moving on to the product side for Mother's Day, I was picking through some products. Apparel seems to be top still. Um, T-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, they all do very well in the customized space. I see a lot of designs come through. I love this mama design with the children's names written out. Like we were talking, that hyper customization,
Yeah.
uniqueness, really drives that emotion sale.
Yeah, and totally doable with Customily as well.
Yeah. Yep.
Actually, yeah, the same with the fist one. That's very a
Yep.
classic one.
Very popular designs. Yeah. I see a lot of them on mugs, t-shirts. Um, they're great. And being able to customize them. And like you said, that live preview is huge, like people don't have to wait a day, 24 hours to get that mock-up sent back to them. They see
Yeah,
it right there when they're editing the product. So
yeah.
that's great for conversion.
I was there in that time when you actually had to send the photos and wait for the proof, and
Yeah.
spend endless emails with corrections. Yeah, those
Oh yeah, the
days are over.
revisions. Yeah, yep. It's a lot of work, and what's great about Customily is it takes that all away from you. It automates it, and the customer has a design file that they can compare it to, and it's just great for conversion.
Yeah, definitely.
So I use the Comfort Color 1717, the heavyweight garment dyed T-shirt as an example. Like you were saying that personalization and the emotional driven sale lets you price your products premium. And we see that a lot, especially with this garment. Women love it, men love it too, but women love it a lot more. The fit and the feel. So I've seen these T-shirts sell from $30 to $35. So I use like kind of in the middle. 31.95 is a retail price. It's pretty standard, especially when it's personalized. With the product cost of 11.51 and shipping 4.99, brings your total cost of 16.50. Your profit per order would be 15.45 with a margin of 48%, which is pretty good in the print on demand industry.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
and, and all these numbers are based on like they can vary based on the different platforms that you sell on. You got your processing fees and your ad spend, so it could go up or down, but in spaces like Etsy and Amazon, it's highly competitive. So you're going to want to price your products a little bit more aggressively than if you were for on your own at like Shopify or WooCommerce. Um,
Yeah, it's a
and
great
then
data. Yeah.
yeah, yep, with a 1.9 average production speed, which is pretty fast.
Yeah,
My
that's
next product,
production, correct? Yeah, that's production, and then
production.
there's
Yep.
shipping. Yeah.
Yes. Yep. Yep. So give options. Like normal shipping, or we have expedited shipping as well too. And like you said, those last minute sales, especially for Mother's Day, people sometimes tend to wait a little longer. So our high production speed really helps with that. We have a lot of customers that appreciate our fast production speeds for that.
Yeah.
The
Customers
next
with other margins definitely will maybe be easier for you to advertise.
Yeah, yep,
Right.
exactly, yep. Ships fast. Those tags really work well on Etsy, I've noticed. My next products I brought up were drinkware. These are great sellers. Probably some of the best we have. I like the 11-ounce white mug. That's just a clean blank slate, for people to design. I love that you can design both sides of it. It gives you, kind of two parts. You can put a picture on the front and text on the back. I used one of the Customily templates, and I designed one, this dog mug right there, for dog moms. Sometimes often forgotten, but I used my dog as an example. That's Nova and Rue. I think they came out pretty cute. I love the clip art that you guys have for your templates, and it was perfect. It live updated right on the app when I was designing it. It's great. But mugs like this sell great. I mean, our mugs they print fast too. 1.3 average production speed. That's good for like TikTok and Amazon, where you need to stay compliant with their transit times.
Yeah.
I think they like to do it under 2 days. So this product fits perfectly for that. And yeah, with that premium price, typically you see personalized mugs anywhere from like $20 to $25. So I went right in the middle, $22.95. It's a pretty decent standard price. And a product cost, and these are all product costs under our pro plan, So product cost of $375 with shipping of $499, total cost $874, which brings your profit per order to $14.21 with a margin of 62%. So that's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I mean, even if you need to punch in the cost related to the e-commerce, to the ads, still you're managing. You're probably going to be above 20% profit, which is the usual to run any business and to have some unexpected expenses. So as long as you keep it above 20-25, that's definitely something. And if you're starting on a 62 margin, definitely at least you're going to get there in the 50-55. So
I think so. Yeah. Yep. Especially with the mug being one of those more like affordable gifts, you'll sell a ton of them. We see a lot of, it's one of those lower ticket items that just sell very well because of the price. It's a price driven product.
In an everyday use, we always joke that we permit everyone on the team here still has their own Customily mugs that we gift each other from. Sometimes it's always there and you always use it, and sometimes it's like a young kid that forgot about he had a special toy, and when he flips around the entire room, finds the toy, starts playing with the toy, it's like you find that model that you haven't been using and you wash it and you start using and you keep using it. It's always there, unless you break it. It's always there. In my case, I always mention that it has my family plus my dog who passed away, so at least I do have that memory on the mug as well.
Keepsake,
that's why I don't want to throw it away.
Exactly. Yeah. That emotion tied to it. Yeah. It lasts forever. And like, I have a mug from my niece that, I cherish, and, I think of her every time I drink out of it. It's great. You just connect with it.
Yeah. Definitely.
The next products I brought up are wall art. We offer canvas, posters, and airframes, which are all very highly customizable. Perfect. They're big canvases. You can fit a lot of text, a lot of pictures. In the Customily templates, I've seen a lot where you can upload a lot of photos and throw some slogans on there. Those are great, and they ship fast too. And in our canvases, they have that super premium feel that people connect with. We have sellers selling, like I'm using the 24 by 16 canvas as an example, we see sellers selling those from anywhere from $70 to $80, especially those hyper customized ones, you know. So yeah, those have great margins and great profit too. And you know, your profit per order is, you know, is $37.85, which is, you know, more than like the mug and the t-shirt combined. So you know, it's those higher ticket items. They're great for converting.
And this production speed is regardless of the size, right? I mean, big size.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. If you'll see in my later slides, yeah, we have a facility-wide production speed of 1.6 days, calendar days. So that's all products in throughout our whole facility. So rounded out to 1.6 days. So they're all trying to be under 2 days, which is what you got to do in this market.
Yeah.
I put together a couple high potential products that I would call blankets and pillows. These are great to customize, especially like those emotionally driven products. I think they're great, especially when, you know, people can touch and feel them and, you know, cuddle up with them at night, you know. So blankets are great to customize, pillows especially, and we do all those in-house too.
Yeah. And pillows definitely something that should be pushed more, I think.
I think so too. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, they're a little still below mugs and apparel, but I think they have extremely high potential. I personally love it. Yeah, we have 3 sizes. They're great. And yeah, like I said, a 1.6 day calendar production average. I won't go over this too much, but these are our plans. We have a free plan for beginners that want to just test it out. And then our most popular plan is the Pro plan for people to use. And then, of course, we have high volume enterprise plans for high volume sellers.
I'm sure we're going to share the links, the link
Yep.
to visit this to go through details. But remember this slide, remember these plans, as we may
Yes.
have some surprise at the end of the at the end of the presentation. And thank you, Dennis. I mean, don't go far away because we're going to be creating a product. Guys, we're going to be creating
Oh, I can't
a mug.
wait.
As we talked so much about mugs, we were really enthusiastic when we were covering the product catalog from CustomCat. We decided to go for a mug. We believe it's a great starting point, right? And remember that you can later on follow along and replicate the same mug we're going to do. So that's great. It's a great starting point to use one of the CustomCat products. Now, before we jump into the tutorial, Josefina and I will give you some tips to make your CustomCat products irresistible. What I would definitely start with is that if you're going to be working with CustomCat, then you have the product setups and the personal and the fulfillment and the product specs already settled and confident that it's working perfectly well. So you need to focus on the design, right? So personalization ideas and designs are what's going to make the difference. We're going to drive people say that among the many designs available, classic ones, name designs, upload image designs, that's the creativity part that you're going to make a difference. So definitely focus on these ideas that we found could be interesting to explore. Remember, we are trying to broaden and expand the Mother's Day niche. But first Mother's Day definitely is a great idea, right? So there's always a first mom in any way. So that's a great commemoration date that deserves a nice gift. The kids' names or the family names, birth flowers or birth stones. If you're working with jewelry, it's very common to see birth stones. There's a very specific stone for every month. But definitely birth flowers are also registered. We're going to try an example today. Handwritten style fonts. Keep that in mind because it gives that personal touch. Looks like a quick strike on signature, something that feels more human in the typewriting that you actually use handwritten style fonts. Photo uploads definitely will always be a great idea. Think about Polaroid collages or comic styles or anything that you can relate to a way to organize matters between different concepts around and that connects all images together. And well, any meaningful date, any coordinate also as a map location, especially when your mom lives far away or you were born and raised somewhere and that's always in your mind and you're commemorating that. So keeping those dates and places is really important. And definitely the best designs to celebrate is the relationship, not the product, right? So think about the designs. This is very, very important to focus on.
Yeah, totally. And also, on the same hand, as I already told you guys, there are some smart upsells that will definitely help you increase the AOV. For example, being able to add another child's name or use a photo with a special image effect that we have a lot of inside Customly, for example, or maybe the gift box of a premium packages that you will get when you receive the product. Also, you can maybe do something that it helps to upgrade the material, or maybe for a canvas, for example, invest in having a matte finish or a gloss finish, for example, stuff like that. And also something that we really love to talk about, it's product bundles. The product bundles, it's an amazing way to get to people to see more products of you, or to get more things that make everything more special. For example, a mug and a special message card with whatever you want to tell, beautiful things you want to tell your mother. It's really important to get in mind that more personalizations equals higher perceived value, for sure.
Yeah, actually, the message card is definitely a plus on any product at all. Yeah, I think that it will always be the wrapping gift, paper, and the message card. Yeah, that should always be like a mandatory add-on.
Oh yeah, yep.
Totally, totally. And last but not least, we also love to share with you some customly designs that you have available inside the app to use for this type of products of Mother's Day. We have a really big catalog of design, of free designs that you can use, that you have a lot of options from that. For example, there are a lot of illustrations combined with text, also some designs that you can make your shoppers upload their pictures combined with names, also, for example, or how you can see on the second designs with the big mom title and stuff like that. As we already saw in previous products, how they look, the clip arts are really as are really reliable designs that people use, because it could be really personal, as you can see, for example, like personalize your whole family to be in a mug or in a pillowcase, for example. Also, a really high designs that really helps in these special dates are calendars, for example, highlighting the date of the birth of a children, or your dog, also when you got your dog to become that you become a pet mom and stuff like that. Then we have whole category of star or street maps combined with text when you pick your special date, and you can see how the night sky was, for example, in the birth of your children, and stuff like that. Or I don't know. There are a lot of ways that you can really use this type of amazing feature for the designs. And last but not least, as we already talked for the other examples, are the designs where you get your shoppers upload images and choose for different from different filters, from different effects. They can make the product really pop up, the design in the product really pop up. For example, using a black and white filter, a sepia one, or maybe like more cartoon effect and stuff like that.
I really like this design with the 9 pictures. It's really amazing.
Yeah.
Because the mom masking is subtle, so it actually it's pretty interesting. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
they
remember-
told you
yeah.
they are all free for use inside the Customly app, so don't be shy. You can try them in whatever product from CustomCat that you want to see how they really can shine in the design in there.
Not only they are
Yeah,
free. Yeah,
I really like the star maps, and then I also saw you guys have like moon phases too. That's pretty cool too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the moon phases seem like they do really well.
yeah, and very important. Not only they are free, but they are also editable. So if you actually want to change the title, want to change the font, want to rearrange the characters, or change a message, or the way the date on the calendar is showcasing, that's something you can definitely do. You can start with custom designs, use them, modify them, get inspired by them. So keep that in mind, that once you start with a custom design, there you can always like strip it up and put it upside down to make it even better and make it your own as well. And of course, we do have some ideas that we share with you today. There's a lot of designs available in the custom design collection, but there's also a lot of things we do. Always, checking new ideas, exploring new features, and everything we do, we produce that and we put it on our demo store. So check out our official demo store to see how you can get great ideas depending on the type of personalization, on the type of event. And also we have a category especially for custom cut products. So check that out. For more inspiration, we have our Mother's Day blogs, right? We have free articles in which you can go deeper into new strategies and ideas that our fantastic marketing team devised for you. There are, Josefina, there are like proven strategies for
Yeah.
sales, marketing ideas,
Yeah, we have a lot of blogs that you can go through. Cecilia already shared the links in the chat that you can go through. These are 3 examples, but we have a lot of them that really makes mothers, can give you great ideas to get 100% everything ready for this beautiful season and to get inspired also.
Yeah, and about talking about inspiration, let's dive into the tutorial. And we are on good time, so don't worry. It's going to be a fast tutorial since pretty much everything about the product is already provided by CustomCat, and we're going to be providing a couple of designs. So we're going to pick our accent mug, 11-ounce accent mug, and we're going to do this. I'm going to share screen. I think at that point we're going to be all thrown off stage. Just 1 second. All right, there you go. So I'm going to stop seeing you around. So I'm in Customily now. I'm at my store. I'm going to be using my demo store, which is located on Shopify. You remember you can still get the same interface for Etsy, for WooCommerce, for ShopPlaza. The only difference may be later how it represents on the listing, depending on the platform. But the process is going to be the same. As we are going to be working with CustomCat, what I would probably do is explore and let's create a new product and look for CustomCat, and let's go and browse around the products available. There's a lot of products. Actually, Dennis covered many of them. Actually, he didn't mention many that actually are there and look pretty amazing, like the backpacks. Not it can be meaningful and personal, but also be useful. So keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm.
As well as a lot of apparel and blankets. But at one point, let me see that there's this white 11-ounce mug, the XP 8434. Right? So I'm going to use this mug. And as you know, mugs are printed as a wraparound. So they start on one edge of the handle and they print all the way around. So the print file that the system usually needs is a very long, sometimes 2:1 proportion or aspect ratio, in which you get a long rectangle. But because sometimes we don't design that way or design with that in mind, the way we generate the full wraparound print file is by combining two designs, left and right, because you may want to only type, you only want to use one side. Maybe you want to use two sides. I have seen people that actually sell left-handed and right-handed mugs. You're going to tell me what's
Yep.
the difference, yeah? But then
Great
it's
idea.
the way you use the mug is the way you see the product. Um, Sorry, the way you see the design. So I'm right-handed, so the design actually needs to be printed on the left, for example, right? And if you are left-handed, the design is to be printed on the right. That's something really cool to keep in mind, because it's actually you need to like think how the customer will definitely showcase the design. Or you can print both sides. But you will see on the CustomCat mugs that you can pick two designs, and these two designs will be close to be a square because they occupy half of the printing area, leaving some space in the center, which is the opposing side of the handle. Yeah, and it will show like the way you see the mock-up there. So you can actually see both sides at the same time. So what you need to do, you need to prepare two designs. So let's go back one step and let's create one design. I'm going to use one design, which is from the Customily collection, and then I'm going to create a design. I figure I would use, let me show you what we created. We talk about, we said to create a Mother's Day garden white mug. So we got inspired by the Customily flower design, in which we have this garden design, and you have between 1 and 5 flowers, so 1 and 5 kids or grandkids. And we wanted to also give it an extra. So on the other side, we created some floral ideas with different quotes. So those images that we put together in Canva, put together in Photoshop or any design software, we eventually exported them as PNG, very simple, and we just upload them as a specific design. So this white mug product, basically what does is allows you to pick among many quotes, 4 quotes on one side, in this case will be the left side, and customize using Customily design the number of flowers, number of kids that you want to use. And you can see I'm live customizing on my store. I'm putting, I'm customizing it. As I customize, the preview changes live. I think I have this on a, sorry, there you go, right? At least to see this bigger as I'm sharing screen. And the second flower will be like that. You see, it actually live changes, and you can go and change the flower. You can change the other flower as well. Come back and say, you know what, because I have this flower and I have the other flower, I'm going to be using these floral arrangements to keep it, you can always play around with this. And when you're finished, you check out. Yeah, you preview once again if you want to. It depends on how much you need to scroll. You add to cart and check out, and it took you less than a minute. That's how fast you can convert. If instructions are clear, options are clear, and the preview shows live, there's nothing to be to have doubts about. So let's create this. All right, let's create the first design, and then we use Customily design for the other side of the mug. So we go to Customily and we go back one step to the start. What I'm going to do is I'm going to the My Design section. Yeah. And here, actually, we can create a new design. We can import designs from the, we can import from Customily, from other stores. We can use Customily designs to a starting point, like the one we showed you before. If you want to change the title or the characters of the fonts, bring from Canva, or start scratch. And I'm going to create a square design because that's pretty much the proportion that I need for 1/2 of the mug. I'm going to call this the Mother's Day Live Session, Mother's Day quote. Yeah, let's create this. What I'm going to do here is I'm starting fresh with a blank canvas, and among the many tools we have, actually really amazing. What under the 16 tools available, and if you start getting deeper, actually there are even more tools that you can start combining and creating new things by putting together a text with an image with a filter, a map with a calendar, anything you can think of. We're going to be offering multiple quote images. So the tool we want is called Dynamic Image. Easy to find by hovering on the information. Yeah, that will let shoppers choose from a set of preset images that you can upload yourself. Also, the icon showing 4 images will give you the hint. So that's me. That's the object we created. I can expand this in any way I want. But if I know I'm going to be using the full canvas that I selected, I'm probably going to the alignment tools here and find the first one, fit to canvas. There you go. So now I'm going to upload my images, or if I had a library, I will pick a library. I always recommend working with libraries, as you can further later on add more images and update your products really fast. For now, we're going to add the images directly. And we do have some, just I think I need to reshare my screen, just 1 second. Okay, let's start again. All right. So I uploaded one actually, but actually if you go an image option, you can actually upload all of them in bulk. So if you can pick all of them like that. So I just grab the last 3 that I need and go like this. And the system will automatically add those quotes.
It's a big time saver.
Yeah, in fact, definitely. And also eventually if you have the image because you copy paste from somewhere else, you can just hit the paste and paste it directly inside the object in Customily. That's really cool.
That's great.
So we have that system copy, system paste directly inside Customily. Last thing I want to do is I want to change the title of the layer of the object itself. Changing the title to something that will be indicating the customer what to do is the easiest part. So say select quote. Right. So that will be the title, and they will see the 4 options available. And that's it. That's the design we actually need. We're not going to be adding anything else because we have the other one. The other design will be provided by Customily. But keep in mind that you can actually add custom text, fonts, colors, even a background. I mean, if I were to click solid background, it will just generate a really nice background there that you can actually add multiple colors. And so you don't have to think to worry about creating a background. If it's full color, you can have that tool really fast, 1 click away. Okay, let's save this design. All right, let's say done. We have this finished. And we have our design ready. So with this design and the one we're going to pick from Customily collection, we are ready to go into our new product we're going to be creating. This process will create a new listing on my store. Right? Eventually, if you want to work with your existing products, you can do so with Customily. But today, we are going to be using the fact that the CustomCat provides not only all the product information, but also there's automatic fulfillment, which means that there's an API connection with CustomCat that once the customization is finished and you check out and the order is processed and complete, Customily sends all the order information, the shipping details, and the amount, the variants, the SKUs, everything to CustomCat plus the print file. So they receive everything ready to automatically fulfill. They have the printing file and everything regarding what product they need to produce, where they need to ship it, everything. So that's that automation is fantastic. Right, let's quickly go for the mug here, white mug. Let's go for the left design, and this is going to be from my designs, my own collection is going to use this one. I select that and I say apply design. So when I apply a design, it gives me the design in the full size of it and places it in the full printable area of the mug, which looks nice. In fact, if you see there, there's a red dotted line that indicates the size of that printable area. Now, my design has been magnified to cover the whole thing. And technically, if CustomCat prints starting from the edge of the handle and wraps around, what you see cut out here will actually print. It's just showing like that, giving you the effect that it's curved. Sometimes people want that because it will definitely come well as printed. Others say, you know what, actually, I want that to be a bit smaller because I want this to be perfectly on the front view of the left side. So you know, this is a representation of how in reality it will look like. What you see cat is this curved effect, and it will not meet the center of the mug. It will be the center of the mug actually is this line. So it gives you enough space to work well. But you're free to change this. So let me just make it a bit smaller and just slide it a bit here to make sure that it prints there. It will try to be somewhere in there. Okay, that's the position that I want. Customily will scale this new changes that I made on the print file for CustomCat. Let's confirm. And let's select the other design, the right one. This. And now we're going to the Customily collections. At the top, as featured, you will see the latest designs our illustration team created, starting with the Mother's Day, of course. And going back, we do have some previous designs that include really cool new features and ideas. So always explore this because there's a lot of fun. And sometimes you can leave your products as drafts because you just saw that design and you had an idea for Halloween, and we are in March. But if you go to the drop down here, you can actually filter by a specific category. In this case, we're definitely going to mom. You will see the latest designs, and these are also the most popular. And well, we do have the forest version and the garden version. We're going for the garden version. So I'm going to click this, apply design, and it will ask me the same question. First, where do you want this position based on the printable area? Yeah, and again, this is just wrapping around, but for the sake of presenting and making sure everything is well when we are using the mug and showing everything, we're going to make sure it's fitting that flat view of the mug. I'll say confirm. And now everything is ready. We have the product. We have the left design and the right design. So let's click here to create the product. This takes a minute.
Especially if like the design doesn't need to be like the full space, like as big as it can be. I like centering it in the mug just for clarity, you know.
Yeah, definitely. Remember, this is the way the customer will understand what they are
exactly
designing.
Yep. But being able to see it live on screen is really cool.
Yeah. And sometimes when you are actually designing something that will have a consistency as a whole wraparound, sometimes, what you can actually do is have a free mug view, left, center, and side. So basically, you see the whole thing, and it's a more clear concept of what you're actually printing. Yeah, you
can see the whole picture.
Correct. All right, so this is the finished product. It's called like this, XP84, right? This is very commercial, very interesting. We're going to actually change this. It's very easy to just click here to rename the product. This is the final revision before the product gets, it's already added to the store as a draft. You can keep it as a draft, or you can just make it active and ready for selling. Okay, first of all, let's rename this. And we're going to call this live session, Mother's Day Garden. I'm going to call this just mug. Yeah, garden mug. and maybe this will be 11 ounce, thinking that we may have another one with 15 ounce. Okay, so that's the new title. I know usually titles are longer and involves a lot of words that will be more friendly with search engines, but this is for us to visualize this on the front end. Then you can test it. You can test the customization. This is how the customer will see things on the front end. They will be able to pick between these 4 quotes. The quote will change live. And also the other set of options are the Customily options of the Customily design, between 1 flower, 2 flowers, 3 flowers, 4, and 5. Yeah, we can actually change the flowers and put the names. Yeah, like that. So let's just go for 2 flowers and just this type something. I'm trying longer names. Like that. Okay, and this is the live preview, and you see how it quickly changes as we interact with the options. When you're, it is nice to test it as real as possible, like a customer will do, because that image could actually be a product image. Right now, the image did not render here, but it's actually the white mug. But if we click on this button, we're going to take this testing we did and turn it into our main listing photo on the platform, in Shopify, WooCommerce, Etsy. If you keep scrolling down, you will see that you can actually input the description. You can control the price. I think the mug was around 22, yeah, 21.99. Yeah, and the SKU is random generated, but it's something that is internal for CustomCat to manage. Yeah, but the price, everything I'm doing right now, you can do it later on the e-commerce side. This is a shortcut to save you time, because if you're very certain of how of the description you have, you're very certain of the name of the product and the price and everything, you can go just publish and start setting right away. Right? And maybe even later you can just go back to the listing on Shopify, for example, and add tags, collections, meta fields, metadata, everything that you need to make sure that listing attracts traffic. Okay, a little plus is, remember, we do have this feature. This feature is amazing. It's always available on any product. Starting from the image you have selected, it will render an AI image. So if I click on like the garden prompt and I generate this, it will take the product from that picture and it will generate a cool listing picture, which is really amazing. Actually, it took the same. We can add a few things like make smoke come out of the mugs. I don't know. Let's see if that works. I have played live with this. Actually, the previous one that I used, this one was with that prompt. I asked T.
That's really cool.
And this, yeah, and you actually render. Let me see this. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's really cool.
It's amazing, right? Yep. So it's really fun to test this. It's really great. Okay, so let's save this straight and go publish and make it active, and people can play around with this. And I don't know, Josefina, if there are any particular questions that.
Yeah, we have a lot of questions right now
from the tutorial part.
Just for you guys. Yeah, but maybe the best of us is for leave it to the Q&A. For the tutorial, everyone's loving in the products. I'll let you know, guys, that after this live session is processed and everything, we will share with you via email the YouTube link for you so you can see it whenever you want, and also an asset link for you to try this product and get your product in the store.
Yeah, the asset will have the quotes that our team created. Yeah, well, this is the product. It didn't pop up just because of my browser, but the product it's connected to CustomCat, and it's selling for that price. And if you buy that, this money will come to me directly. um, Before we jump off straight to the Q&A, whenever you save a product that has been created with CustomCat and or actually make it published, it will pop up another window with the front end. It takes you always to the Customily connection, product connection page, which is a overview of what product you have and how it is connected to Customily. Basically, Customily created this product that we saw and modified. That's the name we put there. It created a template that is connected specifically for this product. Then also created the options that control the designs that we have on this product. Right? This is for the flowers. This is for the Mother's Day quotes. And if we double check fulfillment, we don't have to do anything here, but we double check that this is connected to CustomCat. So that's something we can always double check and make changes to the template if we want to make things bigger, or we want to add an extra picture, modify the options. I mean, the options, if you see, if I hover here, it says image 1, 2, and 3. So these tooltips can be modified by you. Everything can be changed and personalized to give the users the best experience and customization flow, make it understandable, easy, friendly, and have them customize and check out in 1 minute.
Yep, exactly. Yep. No longer do they have to wait 24 hours for a mock-up and a revision. It's done right then there live.
Definitely. Before we go into the Q&A, we do have a couple of tips for launching strategy. We mentioned you that, and you waited long enough. So we're going to definitely give you this must tips to keep in mind, right? So first of all, start 6 to 8 weeks before, like tomorrow or today. Yeah, that will be the best tips we can give you right now, because you will need to test out. You will need to see how they perform, how the ads drive the traffic, how people like the designs, and so on. Test multiple products angles. Make sure you try the mockup AI generator we have. Try to see the best angle to present a product. Remember that if you have a very complete media gallery of a product, you can show it from all angles. But when it comes to personalizing, try to make it flat front, because you need to let the customers see things clearly as they will when they are customizing. Having a mug being personalized in a perspectivated way with someone holding, it's not comfortable. You can have a picture of that, but the live preview should be as clear and easy to see and upfront as possible. Run the ads to identify the winners. Definitely, that's something that you need to take time to see how it works. Optimize the creatives and the messaging. Remember, if you're going to be targeting certain moms, certain niches, make sure that you have a clear message, not only for the offers and for inviting to buy the product, but for the designs as well. And scale these best performing designs. So if you have this, if you know that the clip art are working, try to develop side clip arts, add-ons, and stuff like that. You know the image upload is working. Try to position that on multiple products, because that's the design that is working. And try to highlight the production deadlines. That's very important, because even though Dennis is super fast producing, at some point they will have to shut down. They will need to bring down the curtain. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, totally. And also, we have some action plans that you can maybe do this week or whenever you're ready to start planning. For example, you can choose 2 to 3 product concept to start creating and seeing to get ready for Mother's Day. Also, create your own personalized designs. As Jose already told you, you can pick some of the designs that are available inside Customly and edit them however you want, for example, or create your own from scratch. Set up the live preview personalization. This is really important, so you can have your shoppers get comfortable because they're seeing what they're going to get. Um, Also, publish your product pages with everything, with all the information that it's necessary. And of course, you can launch your first promotion for this incredible date. Um, Spends matters more than perfection. That is a really important thing that, that we like to.
Yeah, there's always time to improve the design or to improve the mock-up, but having something there just to kick off is it
Yeah,
really matters. In fact, we usually get this until you see the first product, and then you start to realize what is it that you need to improve. Sometimes it's the way the preview shows, sometimes it's information, sometimes it's the options, maybe it's your entire theme. I don't know, but it's important to figure that out 6 to 8 weeks earlier. you know
yeah,
so early launch definitely will give you time to test. That's very important because Customily will load on the product page, will adjust to your theme, but then you just need to see how things work on the scrolling, on the mobile. So give yourself some time to test, to learn, and to scale whatever works, right? Give it some time, and don't be afraid of publishing. Even though Customily works on draft products, as you build them, try to launch something just to see how people react to that. Yeah. And to push you on this action plan, we have some promotions and some live challenges. First of all, we're going to give you our promotion for the CustomCat merchants joining us today and wanting to try Customily. You will get a 30-day free trial with us following the link that Cecilia will place on the chat. For Customily users, yeah, going to be joining CustomCat, right, in any of their plans, they will have a special link to get 60-day free trial with the CustomCat Pro plan. That's why until you remember the Pro plan, yeah, we can actually go back to that slide just so if you can check it. So you, by joining Customily, by creating a CustomCat account and and start using Customily with CustomCat, you get this 60-day free trial with the CustomCat Pro plan. And also those CustomCat users that are getting acquainted with Customily, we have a challenge for you. Publishing 5 products with Customily and CustomCat, like we just did with the mug. Actually, it's 4 products. We only have 1 product that you can actually replicate, which is the mug. If you get that before your 30-day trial ends, you will get another 30 days with Customily. So you have 60 days for both systems, CustomCat and Customily. But you need to get on with the action plan.
yeah, for sure. It's an amazing promotion for you guys. And remember, you have time to make all of this happen.
Yeah,
Great
definitely.
time to get it too. Yeah. And the Pro plan offers some deep discounts, especially on our core products like the Gildan T-shirt, the hoodies, and the white mug, especially. Yeah, you get that for like $3. You can't beat that.
All right,
So-
let's check out the Q&A. Let's see what questions we have somewhere around there.
Yeah, we have a lot of questions to get to you guys. First, we have some questions for you, Denise. People were asking, what size is the blanket and the pillow that you show us?
So we have different blanket types. We have like a Sherpa and a mink. So they have like a small, medium, large. There's like a 30 by 40, which is like a baby blanket, 50 by 60, which is like a nice, medium size, and then the 60 by 80 is the adult size, and that one's really it's big. It's a good blanket size.
Yeah.
And then the pillow, it's the same as it's a small, medium, and large. There's a 14, a 16, and an 18, and those are square, so be like 18 by 18.
Great. Also, are the average production times you share here in the presentations the same for Mother's Day's week?
Yeah. Peak. They might fluctuate a tad bit, but like I said, our production is connected to our offices, so we can flux things around and put more towards the blanket side or the mug side, just to crank out those numbers even better. So everything's in control.
Amazing, amazing.
Yep.
Then, what is the best way that you can think to test a product before selling it?
Yeah, I usually always recommend getting a test product, and correct me if I'm wrong, but if you publish it on Customily, it shows up in your CustomCat catalog too. So from there you can order a sample, and pay just the base rate for it.
You're saying
Awesome.
that to get a quote on that product.
Yeah, yep, yeah. When you publish it on Customily, does it go to the CustomCat catalog and they can order it from their account?
Mm,
Actually, no. The way we work is this. Imagine that you get a product created every single time someone customizes something. It will
Oh,
crowd.
right, yeah,
Yeah. No. What we do is we create temporary products just to push the order, and then everything gets archived. So.
definitely.
So
Okay,
it's
makes
not a
sense.
permanent product because it would just be one product with
Oh,
one
yeah, yep.
customization. Yeah, it's the way CustomCat will process the order is if the product has the artwork. So we create the product on the catalog, attach the artwork, process the order, and then everything just goes away.
Yep.
So it doesn't crowd the product catalog. Yeah.
That'll get pretty crowded. Yeah. So yeah, I would recommend, if you do want to test out a product in the prints, you can export the art and publish a product or order a sample from the CustomCat catalog, and then you'll get that pro pricing for that without the markup.
Yeah.
great. And the last question is: are photo products harder to fulfill than text-based personalization?
Nope. Nope. All the same. Yeah. I mean, yeah, for sublimation products like mugs and blankets, yeah, the photos come out just as fast and easy as the text. Yep.
Amazing. Thank you for
You're welcome.
answering all the questions. There were other ones, but Cecilia took it through everything through the chat.
Oh, she's great.
So, yeah, it was amazing. Now, for you, Jose,
All right.
it is better to offer many personalization options or maybe just keep it simple.
It's better to do it for multiple person. Depends on the many options. I mean, when you are inside a clip art kind of product and customization, definitely many options will be important because you're looking to customize a character, right? So you want to be able to control the skin tone, the clothing, the hairstyle. So people, when they're customizing characters, they expect to have multiple options. Then you have upload images. Basically, it will be just the buttons and maybe a text. What you may need to control is how many, for example, colors or fonts you're willing to offer. Many fonts will just let people be able to click on everyone just to see how they look. Same goes with the colors. Sometimes colors may be easier to have a color picker. So that depends on the type of design. Within the options that the design should have, you can have more or less options. Sometimes it says they start to add too many steps, like add one text, add another text, add extra text. Maybe that's the part in which it starts to get a bit more. It's like you never see the end of that. But if you are like have one text, you want to add more text, 1, 2, 4, 3, like clear questions and fewer steps. I mean, many options can be available. Maybe it's just the way you present them that are ideally you want to make sure that people will see the beginning and the end at first, and then be able to just expand whatever they want.
Amazing. Then there was some people asking that how do they can make the preview scroll down with the page. Sometimes that happen that the customization menu gets like too big, for example, and the preview stays as the top, forcing the customer, for example, to type and scroll using the sidebar.
Correct. Well, there's let me show you. Let me show you that on my screen. So I think it's going to be faster that way. Let me go to so in Customily, when you are either on the start or the store section, at the top you will see some quick navigation buttons that go to the home, which is this, the products, the option set, and the settings. It's a very important section that controls a lot of things of the way Customily loads on your store, depending on certain advanced options and styles, like being able to control the size of the buttons, the artwork and the style of text, buttons, backgrounds, everything. But on the preview behavior, the first one of the tabs is how you control the way Customily loads on the front end and previews the customization. Many people like using product page preview, so Customily will load the options on the form and the preview on the gallery. Sometimes they go for modal preview, which is like a pop-up that will be on the add to cart button. So in those cases, modal preview is like the best way to fail-safe test something. So because it will always pop up something independent from the store. When you go to product page preview, Customily will adapt your theme, but sometimes what happens is that you start scrolling because you have many options and you need to have the preview follow along. So if you start scrolling down here, you will see that there's a lot of options available, like showing preview buttons, add some previews, loading the preview and stuff. But these two, the ones I have here, is enabling the sticky preview for desktop and mobile. Remember, you can control both devices independently. So enabling the sticky preview on desktop, sticky preview, remember that, it's basically what you see here. Well, I do have a very small set of options, but let me see if I can find a product that has many options, like a this one, for example, definitely has many options. So basically, once you start scrolling down and you start adding elements and elements around, you see how the preview keeps going with you. So that's the sticky preview, basically.
It's pretty cool.
So it will stay there. So let me just pick this. Yeah, it will be pick the dress like that. So it keeps going with you along the way. It's very useful for long options. But long options that you see here is because you know from the beginning that you need to customize the father, then you need to customize the daughter. Maybe you can add titles and separations, some way to indicate that, okay, you're finished with the father, start with the daughter, and you know you're about to reach the end, and that's it. So as long as the flow is clear and it's easy, then then you're guaranteeing that people will follow along and they won't get lost or annoyed by not knowing when this is finishing.
Yeah, amazing. So the last questions that we have right now is how can they automate Customly and CustomCat? How do they send, or how are the orders sent to CustomCat?
Well, they use API, right? It's this particular code that is a way of communicating, like a phone number between Customly and CustomCat that they use. Let me show you again here. So what I did today of picking a product from the CustomCat catalog, picking the designs, creating the product, make sure the product is connected. That's something you can always do. But to make sure that later on when you start selling, Customly will send that information to CustomCat, you need to have a CustomCat account. That's very important. And once you have the CustomCat account, what I have right now, this is my account. Yeah, you need to do the following. There's a section in Customly here on the settings where we are right now. We were on the preview behavior. We need to go all the way to integrations. Integrations is where you're going to be controlling your print-on-demand providers. You will pick from the list CustomCat and you will enable the integration. Yeah, click there. It's going to take you and I'm going to add it here. So once CustomCat is added as an integration, you need to put the API key. You need to set the way the shipping method will be managed, because that's information we send over to CustomCat. So Basically, what we do is we look for the CustomCat API. You have an instruction article here, but basically you go to your CustomCat store, you go to Connect Store here, and you'll see the plug there, and you will have your Shopify, WooCommerce, BigCommerce, Etsy store connected here. But in this case, what you need to do is you need to connect to create an API order. So you are going to click here, and it's going to ask you for your store name, the URL, and is going to ask you to connect, which basically will generate this API connection, this number that you copy and you paste inside Customily. Once you paste the API here, you scroll the way down and you click Save Settings. That's very important. You need to be API connected with CustomCat and Customily for us to send the orders to CustomCat for fulfillment. Otherwise, you created a fantastic product. Yeah, you created this this great product. I'm trying to find a product. So you created this product, and that's great, but it's not fulfilling with CustomCat until you connect your CustomCat account using the API. Keep in mind that you can follow the instructions. This is the article in which it will guide you with screenshots, really easy. So you connect to the store, you create your API. Yeah, this is the part of the API. Yeah, and then you put together this, and this will give you. This will create a store on the settings, and you can actually go to API section. Can we copy this link? I think I can do it on the chat now. I'm going to give you a second when I stop sharing, and you can follow along. But it's very important that the first thing you will do as a Customily user about to start using CustomCat, make a CustomCat account, make the API connection. If you are a CustomCat user, install Customily and make the API connection. That's first thing. Yeah.
Very helpful. Yeah. Yep. Glad we went through that one.
All right. Let me put this on the chat. I think I can type on the chat. There you go. Give me something on the chat. Okay. What other questions do we have?
That was it for today about the questions. So thank you, the both of you, for answering them. And as I already told, there were other ones, but Cecilia took through the chat like she always does amazingly. So
yeah, we will share your questions with Dennis as well, so they can see which ones are very interesting topics to cover. Yeah, what kind of questions you had at the beginning. You're leaving with all those questions answers. That's great. But so you know, Dennis, which questions they were asking at the beginning. Yeah. Yes. And of course, if you have more questions, which you will have, and that's great because that's you creating and you playing around with CustomCat and Customily, please remember we have these support channels. We have emails at support@customily.com. We have a live chat open from business hours in EST. And definitely you want to join our communities on Facebook because there's a lot of exchange there, a lot of tips, ideas, and many things we share first there as novelties will be there. New features, new promotions, and the challenges we're going to be offering today. So that's it for today. Thank you, Dennis. That's the first thing.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Dennis.
Yeah, you did great for your first webinar.
I appreciate it.
Okay, thank you, Josefina, on co-hosting with me. Thank you, Cecilia, on the chat, keeping everything under control. Thank you, everyone, for joining. There's a lot of attendance, a lot of questions. That's amazing. We want this season to be like this, to be full of people interested and working around. And we are definitely going to be looking forward to see your challenge progress, to get those 30 days and then make the challenge and get those other 30 days. You already have one of the 5 products. Don't complain. You have them out. So. Okay. Thank you all for joining. Thank you again, Dennis.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Hope you see you on another live session. And thank you, Dennis, for your time.
Welcome.
Thank you all. Have a great day and see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.